Ladies and gentlemen, Direct Sale Nation presents Chantel Schultz. Get the latest information on direct sale companies, products, business building strategies, and opportunities. We support the guys and gals next door because we are the guys and gals next door. Join us at directsalenation.com to find and list a business and sign up for our newsletter. And now your host, Chantel Schultz.
We are super excited because we have Courtney Sebastian here, and she's going to go ahead and tell us a little bit about herself and how she came to be a part of the direct sale community.
Hi, I am Courtney Sebastian. As Chantel said, I actually have been in direct sales since about August of 2009, and I have been working with the same company the entire time. I am with Discovery Toys. I got into direct sales because I was in between jobs, and so I decided at that point I wanted to do something for a little bit of extra money. I did have another job lined up, but just to have a little bit extra on the side is always good. And so I do work full time, but I also still do the direct sales as well. Mainly just because it's fun, and the extra money is nice.
Good deal. Well, how did you go about choosing your company? What types of factors influenced you whenever you were looking at which company to go with?
Well, when I first started out looking, I was like, well, there's so many to choose from. Everything you could possibly want to sell, you can sell. And so for me, my mother-in-law actually suggested Discovery Toys because she sold Discovery Toys when her kids were little. And I majored in elementary and special education in college. And so educating children is huge to me. It's very important. And I am very passionate about the opportunity to learn through play, which a lot of the schools today are taking out of all things. They're taking play completely out of their entire curriculum, and that just doesn't work. And kids need to play. And so when she told me about Discovery Toys, I'd never even heard of them. And so at that point, I looked into it, and I was like, this really is an absolutely wonderful company because of the fact that we are encouraging children to play, and we're using that to teach them. And so I'm able to use my passion for education and my passion for playing and enjoy it all at the same time. So, yeah.
Excellent. So who's been your biggest cheerleader, or who inspires you the most to do well at this direct sales position?
Honestly, it's the kids that I take care of. My full-time job is I am a caregiver for two girls that are special needs, and the one has little sisters, and they are my biggest cheerleaders. They love to play with my toys. They're so excited whenever I get something new, and they're always wanting to help me and learn more about my toys, and so they keep me inspired and give me that extra push to get out there and sell more so I can buy more so they can buy more.
Oh, children, they have that effect.
That's right.
So what products exactly does your company offer?
We have all educational products, of course. Everything, we have everything from toys for infants all the way up through adulthood. A lot of people think, oh, well, we don't have kids, so we don't need toys. No, that's not true. I have stuff for adults, too. And we sell toys and games and books, and we have a few CDs audio CDs as well, for music, educational music as well. Nursery rhymes and that kind of thing on our CDs. And so, yeah, we have a little bit of something for everyone, birth through adults. Some of our games are perfect for adults as well. And people don't think that, but once you play them, you're like, wow, that's really fun.
Well, good deal. So which products are your favorite and why?
My personal favorites, I love a couple of our games. The ones that I said are more adult friendly. We have a game called Whiz Kids, and we have one named Speed Whiz, and we have another that's Rhyme Out. And they're all 3 card games, and they really just get you talking and interacting and laughing. With Whiz Kids, you have a card that has a letter on it, and you have a card that has a phrase, and you have to come up with something that starts with a letter to answer the phrase, and we come up with some of the craziest answers. I play with the kids at church, and the one child one night we were playing, and they were all stumped. The letter was B, and the phrase was something that embarrasses you. And the children they were completely stumped. They couldn't figure it out. And finally, the pastor's son, he pipes up, and he's like, I've got it, Miss Courtney. I said, okay, what is it? He says, it's baboons. I said, now, why would baboons embarrass you? And he's like, well, they walk around with their behind sticking out all the time. I was like, okay, well then. So we have so much fun with that game. It just gets us so laughing and having so much fun. My other favorites, as far as the younger children go, we have one that's called Giant Pegboard. What I really, really like about Giant Pegboard, it is the perfect demonstration of one of our biggest selling points, which is our layers of learning. Everything that we sell has multiple layers of learning. So a child might use one toy at 6 months, and they might use it again at 18 months, and they might use it again at 3, because there's so much they can do with it. And so with Giant Pegboard, you have your pegs that you stack up. You can stack them. And so, when they're 9, 12 months, little babies, they're going to be stacking them up and knocking them down. And then eventually they're going to work into putting them into patterns. And then they're eventually going to work into making designs on the board. And then eventually, even when they get up into school age, they can turn the board over, and we can put rubber bands on the back of it, and you have a geo board where you can learn your geometry. You can work on area and perimeter and all of these things. And so this one toy that they played with when they were a year old, they're still playing with it when they're 9. Because they're still being able to use one toy. And so we have a lifetime warranty on everything. And so when you've got a toy that's going to last them for years, it really is just, a fabulous, fabulous toy to be able to have in your toy closet. And so, yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites.
It sounds like a lot of fun. I have a daughter. She will be 2 in April, and I'm going to have to check into all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite thing to do is play with her. Like, I never knew that kids could be so much fun until I had one of my own.
Oh, yeah. They're a blast.
So how can customers go about getting these products?
We are a party plan company, so obviously your best bet is a party. However, if you are not local to me, I am located in Akron, Ohio, and I only travel, within like a half hour from myself as far as parties go. But if you're not local, I do have a website, and so you can order straight from my website. That is www.discoverytoys.com/funtoycourt. And we do also have the opportunity to do online parties. I have done a couple of those. I set it up as a Facebook event, and you invite all your friends, and I try to usually set a time and set it as if we were having a real party, but set a time online and we get together. I come in, I do demos, I do my usual little spiel that I would do at any other party, and we play games, and I give away prizes, and it's a lot of fun. And then you would still be able to earn the hostess rewards, which is great. But so you can access that through my website, or you can also access it from my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/funtoycourt as well.
Oh, sounds like a really great time. So can you take a second and go through the hostess rewards?
Absolutely. Actually, right now, we have a special until the end of March. It just started on the 11th, and it ends March 31st. Normally, you would receive, with a $200 party, if there's $200 in sales total, then from $200 to $499, you would receive 10% of that in free product. So if you have a $200 party, you get $20 free, and then up to $499.99. And then if you have a $500 party from $500 to $749.99, then you get 15% of that as free product. And then $750 or higher, you get 20% as free product. And I have had hostesses do that before. I had a hostess walk away with over $100 worth of free toys one night, and it was fabulous. She got all of her Christmas shopping done in one night, and it cost her nothing. It was great. And so, in addition to that, if anyone at your party decides to host their own party and books their own party that night, then you can get between 1 and 3 at least half-price items. And then for the limited time until the end of March, our special, I don't know if you can see my paper here, but yeah, it's probably glare, but our special this month is if you host a $300 to $500 party, you get an extra $30 in free, an extra $30 worth of products for $8. So you get your free stuff, you get your 10%. So say you have a $300 party, you get $30 of free stuff. And then if you pay $8, you can get another $30. So you're getting $60 worth of stuff for $8.
That's nice.
And then if you host a $500 or more party, you get an extra $50 worth for $10. So again, you spend $500, you get 15% of that and free product plus another $50 for $10. So it's a really good extra special. We only do this particular special usually once a year, and so now is a great time to host a party with Discovery Toys.
Excellent. Well, that's what my next question is about, is does your company offer any specials?
We do. So we do this one typically once a year. We just wrapped up our Winter Wonderland sale. We usually do that in January, early February. We just wrapped that up on the 10th. We do have extra products that show up throughout the year that aren't in our catalog. There will be, I think we're looking at like 15 new products coming out in March. And so our catalog is good for a year. Our catalog is good through September, but there will be a supplement with extra things. We also, every month, there is a product of the month, and that product of the month is discounted off of its usual price. The product for now through at the end of March is our It's a Match, which is another great one. Another one of my favorites, because with It's a Match, it's self-checking. And that's one thing that's really important, because once they get into school and they start taking tests, it's important for them to know to go back and look over your work and make sure you did everything right before you turn it in. And with It's a Match, the way you can do it, you can check your work, and you can go back and make sure that you got it right. And it teaches them and enforces that into their brains, so that when they get to school, they can do that. And so until the end of March, that one is usually $35, but it is on sale for $31.50 for the next 30 days, or a little more. So next month and a half or so. And so, yeah, we do have a product of the month each month. And
so how can people go about learning about that? Do you have a newsletter that they can sign up for on your website, or would you recommend just going to your Facebook page?
I do. I usually post everything on my Facebook page, but I do also send out a monthly newsletter, and you can sign up for that via my Facebook page. There is a link on my Facebook page to sign up for my monthly newsletter, and I try to send that out once a month. February's hasn't gone out yet, but it's been a crazy month. But I do typically send that out at the very beginning of the month or the very end of the previous month, so that you know what the upcoming specials are, what the hostess rewards are for that month as well.
Great. So how can your customers benefit the most in savings when they order from you? Would it be through hosting a party, or just taking advantage of the specials, or placing a large order for themselves?
Definitely your best bet is obviously going to be hosting a party, because you do get so much for free if you host a party. Otherwise, obviously, the bigger your order, the better you're gonna your savings. It still would be pretty much the same, but hosting a party is obviously definitely the best choice, because if you've got enough, you've got 2 or 3 friends who put in an order, and you get up to $200. Well, there you're saving $20 right there, and so it definitely is in your best interest to host a party if you want to place a larger order and make more savings. Then that's definitely the way to go.
Excellent. Okay, well, I guess we've come to the end of our interview for today. I guess go ahead and give yourself a plug and remind people where they can find you.
All right. Again, you can find me online on the web at www.discoverytoys.com/funtoycourt, or you can reach me on Facebook at www.facebook.com/funtoycourt as well. I can also be reached by email at funtoycourt@gmail.com. You see the theme there. And I'd look forward to hearing from any of you.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on our show, and we look forward to talking to you tomorrow.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks for listening, and we look forward to meeting you at DirectSaleNation.com, where we support the guys and gals next door. Be sure to tune in next time for more great information from Direct Sale Nation and Chantel Schultz. Please be aware that these interviews are conducted with independent representatives and are not official spokespersons for their respective companies. For more information about a specific company, please visit their website.